All right, Shalom, Akim, Shalom, Shalom. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right, come with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, all right, I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, to you Israelite foreigners out there, all right, who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barak Thumb. And pretty much, I wanted to share this video with you. All right, that was shared with me, shared to me by my beloved Akwath. You know what I'm saying, that she wanted to she wanted to share a vision that the Lord had gave her. All right. She had, she had relayed she relayed this vision of hers to her brother, who actually is a fellow prophet. All right. One of my fellow laborers in his faith. All right. Who's of the branch of GMS in Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that it'd be rather prudent to use that for a lesson, all right, along with this video. So before I get into this video, or before I get into this vision that she had, I want to share this video with you. All right, Salakia. So let's see. It says news. Evangelical leaders dedicate and pray over a new gold Trump statue at Mar-a-Lago. All right, check it out.
We have some news right now. If you want to know what was happening at Mar-a-Lago today, there was a dedication by evangelical Christian leaders of a giant gold statue of Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. They were blessing and dedicating this new statue of the President of the United States. It appears to be in all gold. This is what the religious leaders at Mar-a-Lago in South Florida were up to today. This video was obtained by Christopher Hale, who does fantastic work. So yeah, let me know what you think. It's just another statue. He has another one, by the way, in South Florida at his Doral Country Club as well. So this is the second statue he has now built. It's kind of North Korea style, is what a lot of people have pointed out. And it's even a little odder given the fact that you have religious leaders literally blessing it in real time. So, as always, spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all.
Right. So let's take a better look at this. Let's get him out of the way. All right. All right, that's better. Okay. So, like I said, the beloved Akwath, she had a vision that she shared with me, and all right, I took the time to jot it down. You know what I'm saying, the things that she was saying, all right, as she was explaining it to me. So I'm gonna read it here for you. It says, she's in the national park. All right, that's how her dream, her vision is going. All right, she's in the middle of a national park. All right, that was full of trees, and she said that there was a statue of a man in the midst of the trees. All right, and on the statue was an inscription of what she perceived to spell out. All right, to be either God or gold. All right, and it was beneath these trees. Then the dream places her along with her brother. All right, the Archaea that's in Trinidad. Okay, her older brother, and she's in. It places her along with her brother. All right, in a city area near a busy road. All right, so along a busy road in a city. Okay, and they were on opposite sides of each other across this busy road. Okay, and she said that she saw the same exact statue of this man that was in the city. All right, the same one that was also in the middle of the woods. Okay, and she said that her brother had asked her, "Well, what is that? All right, what is that?" And this is the best part. In a dream, she told him that this is Gaul, the god of gold. All right, Gaul, the god of gold. You know what I'm saying? So it was a very short dream from what she was explaining, but it was very profound in, in its its significance, man. All right, when you think about the scriptures, when you think about you know graven images and whatnot. All right, this has a very heavy implication here. All right, and the fact that it's in Mar-a-Lago, this Trump statue that's pure gold. All right, which is so interesting, by the way, because here it is. All right, a golden statue was erected, well, not erected, but it's well, yeah, pretty much. A golden statue is placed here in Mar-a-Lago, and an ounce of gold goes for about what, close to $3,000. You know what I'm saying, per ounce. So you think about an ounce, and then you couple that with it being 22 feet tall. All right, 22 feet tall. So this thing cost millions. This thing cost millions, man. All right. And it was placed there from a bunch of Christians. It wasn't placed there from Satanists or anything like that, man. It was placed there by Christians, evangelical Christians, man. All right, who made an idol, a graven image of this man. You know what I'm saying? Go figure that one. But nonetheless, all right, getting into this video, into this vision. All right, Salakia. Getting into this vision, which the Spirit pretty much had me break it down a little bit. All right, I decided to go into the word for Gaul. All right. So this is the definition for Gaul.
Gaul.
All right, and essentially this word can be used in two ways. All right, a gall is a skin sore caused by friction or abrasion. All right, a gall is a skin sore. Exasperation, vexation. The cause of such vexation or outrageous insolence. All right, outrageous insolence or effrontery. Okay, so this is what we're going to get into, man. Okay, so it's a grievous sore. It's a grievous sore, a skin sore, and it's also, all right, used in this other definition, being brazen or boldness, often with brash self-confidence, the nerve, or effrontery. All right, having the gall. You see what I'm saying? All right, another definition from the Merriam-Webster dictionary says something bitter to endure. All right, bitterness of spirit. So a lot of these things encapsulate what we're seeing in the in the character of Nero Trump. All right. A lot of these definitions encapsulates what we're seeing here. All right. It explains it quite clearly. You know what I'm saying? Brazen boldness. This man has been bolden. He has been brazen in his boldness. He has been he has been bitter. He's been offensive. He's been brash. All right. He's been self-confident. Every time you see him, he's always bigging himself up. All right. He's always showing narcissistic traits. All right. Bitter to endure. Literally, the entire country and the whole world at large are finding it very bitter to endure this man. Okay, so it's the spirit that jumped on this beloved Akwath to tell her brother, all right, who's a prophet, to tell her brother in the spirit, all right, in this dream of hers, that this statue that they was looking at in this city, all right, she called it Gaul, god of gold. Okay, a god of gold. And so this golden image or this golden statue, okay, it represents a bitterness. It represents a great bitterness, a great boldness, you know what I'm saying? And brazen, brash self-confidence. Right? And that's pretty much what symbolizes America today. Okay? Which the apostles go into all the time. All right? That the definition for America or Amargo goes into the word bitterness. All right? Mar means bitter. So America is that bitter nation. You see what I'm saying? So let's go here. All right, let's go to Jeremiah. Real quick, Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 2. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 2, it says, "Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken, Baal is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces." All right. Let's go to the NLT. Okay, the NLT, it reads, "This is what the Lord Yahweh says. Tell the whole world and keep nothing back. Raise a signal flag to tell everyone that Babylon will fall. That Babylon will fall. Her images and idols will be shattered. Her gods, Bel and Marduk, will be utterly disgraced." All right. I want to look up the word for Merodach. All right. In the Hebrew is Merodach. Merodach. All right. Merodach, which was a Babylonian idol. All right. And the word Merodach means thy rebellion. Thy rebellion. The chief deity of the Babylonians in the time of Nebuchadnezzar. All right. Thy rebellion. These Edomites are the embodiment of rebellion. The rebellious nature that they have. All right. And Trump is pretty much the centerpiece of this image of rebellion here. This is why we, the prophets, say all the time that this man, Trump, is the best man who could have ever gotten this thing done. All right. To have gotten us to this point where the world is now turning against America. America's allies are turning against her. Okay, everyone is having a bitter taste in their mouth when regards to America. No one trusts America. No one cares for America. No one wants to do business with America. You see what I'm saying? Because they put this man in place to be that bitter image. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that it's gold, all right, plays to the pridefulness, all right, that these Edomites have. Let's stay in Jeremiah. All right, Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 14. All right, and it reads, every man is brutish in his knowledge. All right, every man is brutish in his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity and the work of errors. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish. See what I'm saying? Let's go here. All right, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 17. Okay, Ezekiel chapter 17 and verse slack. All right, Ezekiel chapter 17. Let's start at verse 23. All right, because at the beginning of her dream, at the beginning of her vision, all right, before she was in the city, she saw this statue first in the forest. Okay, and that forest is the latter part of this vision. Even though she saw it at the beginning of her vision, this forest is the latter end of that vision that she had. Okay, and that's the interpretation of this dream. So let me explain. This is Ezekiel chapter 17, verse 23. In the mountains of the height of Israel will I plant it, and it shall bring forth boughs and bear fruit, and be a goodly cedar. And under it shall dwell all fowls of every wing. In the shadow of the branches thereof shall they dwell. So this is going into when Yahushua exalts the children of Israel, all right, to our former estate. When the Lord brings us back into our perfection, right? Real quick, let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 10. All right, back to Jeremiah chapter 10. Let's go to verse 16. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. All right. So it's going into when the Lord exalts the children of Israel, all right, to be above all other mountains, meaning governments, all other nations. When Yahushua comes, he must reign until he has put every nation under his foot. You see? So going back, Ezekiel chapter 17, verse 23. Ezekiel 17 and 23, in the mountain of the height of Israel will I plant it, and it shall bring forth boughs and bear fruit, and be a goodly cedar, and under it shall dwell all fowl of every wing. In the shadow of the branches thereof shall they dwell. All right, verse 24. And all the trees of the field, that's going into all the nations. All the nations of the world are going to see this transition between Jacob and Esau. All the nations of the world are going to see how these lofty Edomites are being brought down, and the lowly poor men, all right, the Israelites are being brought up. Ezekiel 17:24. And all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord Yahweh, have brought down the high tree, being Esau, have brought down the high tree, have exalted the low tree, being Jacob, Israel, have dried up the green tree, being these Edomites in their height of their power, all right, have dried up the green tree, and have made the dry tree to flourish. So while we had nothing and they had everything, they had all the wealth, they had all the power, they had all the influence, okay, the Lord is going to switch all of that around. And it's going to be the Israelites who will be the height of every tree. You see what I'm saying? And all these other nations, these other trees, are going to be looking down at Esau. This is why the statue was small among those trees, was beneath under those trees in the forest. That part of her vision is the latter end of her vision. You see what I'm saying? And all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree, have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree, and have made the dry tree to flourish. I, the Lord, have spoken and have done it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's going to happen very soon. And when these Edomites are brought low, all these other nations, these other trees, are going to look at these Edomites with disgust, with disdain. You see what I'm saying? They're going to look at this nation, Esau, Edom, all right, this self-proclaimed white man, all right? They're going to look at them, and they're not going to regard them. You see what I'm saying? The way that you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, Hispanics, Seminole Indians were treated here, these Edomites are going to be treated far worse. These Edomites are going to be treated lower than the low. We were treated as less than cattle. They're going to be treated as less than the dung, all right, that falls from the horse's ass. You see what I'm saying? That's how it's going to be. While they have their golden statues, while they have their effigies, and they have their pseudoscience, all right. While they have their false history, the Lord is going to bring all of that down to the grave, man. Isaiah 14:11, it says, "Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee." You see what I'm saying? This is going to be the end of your rulership. This is the end of your gall. You see what I'm saying? You won't have the pomp. You won't have the nerve. You won't have the boldness. You see what I'm saying? You won't have the brazen self-confidence. You see what I'm saying? Verse 15. All right, verse 15 says, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the side of the pit, that they that see thee," all right, "they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, and opened not the house of his prisoners?" You see what I'm saying? There will be no more of this. All right? There will be no more rulership, no more loftiness. All right, your kingdom is falling right in front of you. And the Lord is using Nero Trump as the instrument of bringing it down. You see what I'm saying? This is why it could be no one else. It could be no other person. No person like Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or whoever. No, man. They wouldn't have been able to get the job done. It had to have been Trump. It has to be Trump. No one embodies such a such brazen, all right, arrogance as this man. You see what I'm saying? Nobody. Verse 21, Isaiah 14 and 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to Jeremiah 49 and finish it out. All right, Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive. All right, and what is his children going to be? What are these Edomites? What are their children going to be left alive for? All right, what are they going to be left alive for or preserved? What are they going to be preserved for? They're going to be preserved for slavery. They're going to be preserved for captivity. You see? Leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. You see what I'm saying? Your women are going to be turned against you, as we're already seeing it happening now. We're already seeing that happening. You see what I'm saying? Verse 12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. All right? We the Israelites, we weren't meant to drink of this cup of slavery. We weren't meant to drink of this cup of servitude and captivity and being brought low. We're princes. Yashar Allah means he, prince power. He is a prince of power. You see what I'm saying? We are Yashar Allah. We were not meant to be servants. Yet we were. And we drank of this cup. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shalt altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. This is why these Edomites are trying to cover their tracks. This is why they're hiding all this history. This is why they're trying to bury it and burn the books and all these types of things. Why? It's because they don't want to be caught red-handed when Yahushua returns, but it's too late because the witnesses have already spoken. The prophets have already testified. You see what I'm saying? There's no hiding these things anymore. Right? I got to get this here. Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. Jeremiah 30 and 16. It says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord Yahweh. Because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh for. You see what I'm saying? So rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, man. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your statues, enjoy your your lofty position, all right? And in actual fact, there was a Jake who headed the construction of this image. It was a Jake, all right, a so-called black Christian pastor who made this who headed the project of making this statue. You see what I'm saying? And we know what comes for all these Jakes. You know what I'm saying? All these Israelites who wanna hold to this to the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? As the scriptures say, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Man, we know what their end is. You see, they're gonna receive the judgment of the heathen. You know what I'm saying? As it is written. So let it be done, man. So I'm gonna cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakar, your Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruchak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.